Gibmaroc supply fresh produce to restaurants, supermarkets, hotels, the hospital, construction companies and ships. Safe to say, a huge chunk of Gibraltar's fruit and veg is imported by it. Despite the headlines in the UK press on shortages, Gibmaroc is confident that there will be no such issues on the Rock. At present, it's not limiting supply in any way, and there have been no price changes as a result of the current issue. With produce coming from Spain, Morocco and Holland, Gibmaroc imports from a range of sources. So will the UK shortages have any impact on our shelves?
Morrisons will have problems with their own UK depot line. For argument's sake, say a tomato 6-pack in a particular size, there will be another tomato in store available, and that won't be limited. So there will be, you may see some limitations on UK depot lines, but not anything that's locally supplied. We can supplement that requirement. We've seen extreme cold fronts that have come in. We've seen heavy rains, which have even caused flooding. So that's caused problems with the crops, and that's compounded even further with logistics issues. The supply across the straits was limited because there were no ferries crossing the straits from Morocco into Europe. So that in itself, I think that was like a week, 10 days at least. So that cut off connections to Europe for product from Northern Africa. For those of us who are fortunate and we're closer to markets with supply availability, we can quickly adapt and source from nearby. So this is something that's happening. You'll get domestic markets now like Spain, Northern Africa, Morocco, that'll have problems in the supply of product. So they will supply their local domestic markets and nearer, and we're fortunate that we fall within under that umbrella.
In the UK, many have pointed to Brexit as a reason for the shortfall, though the issue is primarily down to weather. Logistics costs are higher when shipping to the UK, particularly since Brexit resulted in more paperwork to do so. On the Rock, though we have our own difficulties since we left the EU, geography is on our side and contingencies are in place.
What we've been doing since the referendum, we set ourselves the strategic key objective as a group to have systems in place in case we have to switch one way or the other. Today, the majority of imports into Gibraltar via the land frontier, commercial entry point, and if we had to shift to maritime sea freight importations, we can do that. We've already got agreements with our partners in Rotterdam and elsewhere. It would be anything from 8 to 10 days to 12 days sailing time, but fortunately we've got substantial infrastructure here, so we can store anything from 470 to 500 tons of food here, which more than covers the market locally.
Gibmaroc was established in 1967 and has provided for the community at times of great adversity. Mr. Desoisa says he's confident that it will continue to be able to do so, whatever the challenges are, for generations to come.